I will now call the regular meeting, July 17th, 2025 of the Lincoln County Board of Education. Pledge of allegiance led by
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Vision statement, Lincoln County Schools, equipping students to learn, conquer, succeed. Mission statement, the mission of Lincoln County Schools in partnership with students, staff, parents, and the community is to equip students with the skills necessary to be lifelong, productive citizens in an ever-changing global society.
And before we set the agenda, I'll turn it over to Bruce.
Yes, we worked with the council earlier in the week, and we would like to recognize the new Lincoln County High School principal, Mr. Matt Willoughby.
Okay, and setting the meeting agenda, we will be tabling item 6.0 student handbook until the August planning meeting. Public comments. Oh, I'm sorry. Do I hear a motion to set the agenda?
I'll make a motion.
Tyler, second. Jen, vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Thank you. Public comment? Okay. Any questions on superintendent and staff reports? We have a presentation on the Kings Mountain project. Patrick Cole.
Good evening. Patrick Cole with Schumer Carter Barnhart Architects. Good news, Kings Mountain is in the ground now. So the building's gone. We would like to recommend substantial completion for the project. There is some work still needs to be done, and we're going to hold some money back on that. The contractor has not sent in a pay app yet, but we will want to hold that until final completion. And Doug Gooch, who's a regular here in this area, he's been watching and checking the site and everything. So he will be the one who, when he contacts me and says we're done, then I'll go ahead and recommend the final completion. But as of right now, I'd like to go ahead and recommend substantial completion for today.
Any questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other questions on superintendent staff report? I want to say I appreciate getting those monitoring reports. A lot of reading, but it was interesting. Good to have that. Before we do the consent items, I would like for us to look at 5D. The Central Kentucky Storm has requested to use our high school football field for practice games, July 25 through June of 26. And as I understand it, we're used to doing that, letting little leagues, traveling teams and things use our gym and our facilities, but I understand we only have one Lincoln County student in this group. And I just do not feel like that we need to commit our facilities when it's not any advantage to our children, except in this case, one student. So I'd like to open it up for discussion for the rest of you. Brad Petrie's not here tonight, is he?
I can probably answer. If you got any
Okay.
questions, I can probably answer.
Do you think everything can be scheduled around our own students and our own events?
I do. They actually did a request sometime back in the winter. So this is probably, I think, their second one, best I remember calling. And the agreement with them was they were able to have access as long as none of our school teams were out there. So I think they came pretty infrequently. I saw them out there a few times, like on an oddball night where nobody was out there. So to that point, yes, I do. I think they could.
And as far as like cleanup and things like that,
Yeah, I mean, that's something I wish all of our people did better, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, I mean, I didn't notice anything different.
Is there any confirmation? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Is there any confirmation of how many students we actually have on there? Like
One. Colleen, check.
It's just one.
I'm curious too about the fact, like you said, the scheduling can work and stuff, but I know that we have like some of our little leagues in county that at times use stuff. If they have it, you know, are ours gonna have precedence over them on a specific date? Like even if they plan to use it on a certain date, if one of our local little leagues ended up wanting it the same date,
To
how
my
is that gonna
knowledge,
work?
that did not come up, Jim, but that doesn't mean it could, to your
Okay.
point. So the idea, of course, would be for our teams, to have- even Little League, to have.
Anything local have precedent.
Who do they schedule it with? Who does the Storm schedule with locally? Like, let them know, hey, next Saturday, we're using your facilities or whatever.
Well, up until about a week ago, it was me, so now.
Oh,
Our Brad can do it. We just, we
Well, we
do.
have great being right.
I mean,
That's right.
right into the fire, huh?
We just try to always work together on that. You know, it wasn't an issue, but I do understand your all's point. It could become one. I mean, it's,
This is a soccer team? I thought somebody said this.
Yeah.
This is so, and somebody enlightened me here, how many players is on a soccer team?
I would guess 15 if I were guessing.
So we got 15 students, probably different times, 2 adults and some more kids coming to Lincoln County and spending money, buying gas. Or,
Not only that, but I almost feel like if we pull this out from under them so late, it's gonna be a bad PR time. I mean, who would want to work with us after that? If it's something that we could look forward to next year, like if it's something that everyone feels strongly enough about to not support, then
I don't really have an issue with it outside of if we have things protected for our
Yeah.
local people and the
and clean up.
And the
cleanup.
facilities.
And what about if there is an issue? I mean, we can just say, okay, we're gonna stop.
We have the ability to cancel
We
it.
have
at any
With this
time.
specific group, we do have a reliable contact point. I feel like that if we needed to address something, we could.
well,
I mean,
looking at the application, there's no financial gain to
No.
us.
It's just common courtesy. And it's, I mean, Brad's not here, so I'll speak on behalf of the athletic department. We're indifferent toward it. We will support whatever you guys want to do. We just, obviously it's your decision and we just maintain it from there.
the Storm is a well-known group, you know, as far as soccer goes, so it's not. And I like the idea of people, the fact that our facilities are improving to a point that people want to come to Lincoln County. That's nice. So I don't really have an issue as long as we have some protection there, that if it becomes an issue, we can stop. We can stop it if we choose to.
So you're okay with, you're all okay? All right, I just want to make sure that we're brought that.
With the stipulations, our local comes first, and if it becomes a trash problem,
We're
Take
gonna
notes,
send them
Dan.
fee along.
Right. I'll be very honest. I think every, whether it's our team or another team, the coaches are really gonna have to step in and help us. But everybody needs to clean up after themselves. We don't need water bottles left at the fence. And that's a culture that we can, continue to work on. But yes,
just let them know
you should
that.
leave them better than what you found them, if that should
Yes.
just be your outlook.
All right, with that all being said then, do I hear a motion to approve the consent items 5A through 5F? Jan, second.
Second.
Philip, vote. Gloria,
Yes,
Philip,
Yes.
Jan,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Moving on to our action items, 6A, eligible deferred compensation plan, Leanne.
I've been working with American Fidelity, and they have requested that the board approve this resolution regarding a section 457B deferred compensation plan. This is not a new product. We've already offered it, but apparently this resolution needs to be in our file, I guess. And when they were working with me on some other things, they said, we need you to have that resolution approved. So it's just a formality. Just a benefit offered to our employees, an optional thing, so.
Any questions? Do I hear a motion to approve section 457B, eligible deferred compensation plan board resolution?
I make a motion.
Philip, second.
I'll second.
Gloria, second. Vote, Gloria.
Yes.
Philip.
Yes.
Jan.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
And I vote yes. 6B, revised board policy 08.13451, parent-family engagement. Diana.
Yes, so I visited each site-based council this past year, and we updated all of our parent-family engagement policies at each school. So this is just to mirror those policies at the schools and make sure that our district matches what the schools decided on.
Any questions?
Is the information for this distributed freely? Because I've had a lot of parents who just didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm,
other
sure.
than the ones that are involved.
So one of the things, Colleen works very close with me on parent and family engagement. She's our district parent family engagement coordinator. And as I've said before, the audit was actually a blessing because it really helped me in my role just to learn, because I had a lot of auditors working with me that I could ask a lot of questions and learn and say, what do you think we could do better? And then visiting schools, and really our admin team was amazing as well, and our teachers. And so there were things that, I didn't realize that we needed to do, that we learned in the audit, that we have implemented. And one of the things that we talked about last summer, even before we started the audit, was that we really wanted to try to increase some family feedback. So if you attended any of the school's events, you may have been asked to fill out a survey. In years past, when I look back, I was noticing just sometimes for the whole year of single-digit numbers of parents that responded. We had hundreds of responses this year. You also may have noticed, if you were invited to a parent-teacher night, that at the elementary schools, they went over a compact agreement. You're signing off on that when you do the online registration, but we made sure to bring it back up. That's not a requirement for middle and high, but we still went to things to try to explain that to parents. I think we hit a lot of parents early on when we went to the winter showcase, and we stopped parents and explained the compact agreement, just so we make sure that people know they're not just clicking it, and we actually updated that as well. So we have more ideas. We're going to keep improving each year, just how to increase that communication and utilize those feedback forms. We get a lot of good information from those and ideas. So I just encourage all parents, take those feedback surveys seriously. We really do read through them, and just making sure that, these policies and procedures at the school level will be visited each year. So I already plan on going back to each site base. That's a requirement that you look at that policy each year. So just to make sure, since I'm in charge of, the site bases, I'm going to visit each year, each one, and just make sure that we review it and that it's on target with the needs of our school each year. So I hope that answers your question. That was a lot of info.
I think our schools had good site bases.
They do.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited because year after year, I've done this for several years where I do the trainings for site base each year. And we had a lot of new members each year, which is fine. But I've noticed that sometimes this year, especially, a lot of the parents that served wanted to serve again. So they may have ran again and were reelected, or they ran again, were not elected, but, either way, I think they saw value in their roles on those councils, and I think that's good. So, yeah.
Any other questions? Do I hear a motion to approve? This is the second reading and approval of the board policy 08.13451, Title I, Parent and Family Engagement.
I'll make a motion.
Tyler, second.
I'll second.
This is second.
Yeah. It's just.
We do, okay.
Second. Gloria, did you say second? All right, vote Gloria.
Yes.
Philip,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Thank you. Thank you, Diane. 6C, revised board policy 03.1233 and 03.2233, parental leave options. And Bruce.
Yes, we just want to get clarified there that, that part of that Senate bill begins July 1st of 2030. So just a little clarification on that. So adding beginning July 1st, 2030, the district shall, do that. Because there were some parts of that Senate bill, there was a clause there, if you recall, when you had the new policies and procedures in your packet, that some things took effect immediately. Well, this actually is July 1st, 2030.
At the latest, correct?
Right.
So this is the first reading. Any questions? Okay. 6D, revised board policy 03.28, evaluation classified. Jeannie.
Yes, as we talked about at the last meeting, we just want to update the classified evaluation policy to mirror the new requirements for the certified evaluation plan, which is a summative evaluation every 5 years for status, for classified staff who have status.
Any questions? Do I hear a motion? This is the second reading. Approval of board policy 03.28, evaluation for classified.
Make a motion.
Philip, second. Jan, vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jan?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes. 6F, certified evaluation plan. Jeannie? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I skip one? I wrote the wrong one. This is the revised board policy 02.4331, school staffing. Jeannie?
And again, as we spoke about last meeting, I'm just updating the language in this policy to ensure that schools have the flexibility to meet the building needs.
Any questions? This is the second reading. Do I hear approval, motion to approve board policy 02.4331, school staffing? Jen, second.
I'll second.
Philip, vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Now we'll go to 6F, certified evaluation plan. Jeannie?
So I bring this before you guys for approval every year. There are quite a few changes as far as House Bill 48. The major change is that it requires us to change some of the evaluations for certified staff to once every 5 years instead of once every 3 years. Non-tenured staff will stay annual. They will have annual summative evaluations until they attain tenure, and then they'll be on that 5-year cycle. So I can go through all the changes. I've had to update the language throughout the plan. If you guys want me to go through all of the changes with you, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at the changes or not. They're all color coded in here. So it's whatever you guys wish.
Does anybody have questions on any of that? All right.
The only other thing that we did add as a committee is that we put the professional code of ethics in our evaluation plan.
Let's go.
Do I hear a motion to approve the 2025-2026 certified evaluation plan?
I'll make a motion.
Tyler, second.
I'll second.
Gloria, second. Vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jan?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
You guys don't start hurrying up, I'm gonna jump in front of you.
I know everybody's been shy tonight.
I'm gonna go home.
6G, approve the 2025-2026 employee handbook. Jeannie?
Again, we bring this to you guys for approval each year. The changes are highlighted throughout the employee handbook. If you guys want me to go through all the changes, and if you haven't had an opportunity to look at them and you want me to go through them, I'll be happy to do that.
Does anyone need that? Any questions? Do I hear a motion to approve the 2025-2026 employee handbook?
Make a motion.
Philip, second. Jen, second. Vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Thanks, Jean. 6H, MOU with United Service Corps. Mr. Tim Wheeler.
Yes. Okay, Wayne's, this is nothing new. Waynesbury Elementary is requesting approval of the memorandum of understanding with Unite Service Corps for a Unite worker to provide math tutoring, literacy, drug prevention services, and programming at Waynesbury Elementary. We use about $6,850 of our ESS funds, and Unite covers the rest of that, including benefits. It's a huge benefit for our school because they act kind of come as an instructional assistant in the building. So.
Any questions? Do I hear a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding with Unite Service Corps for Waynesbury Elementary?
I'll make a motion.
Philip, second. Jen? Vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Thanks, Tim. 6I, emergency operations plan, Jeff Craker.
Just wanted to leave it for this evening. We met with all the first responders on June 10th, which is part of the regulation. reviewed the plan, made some suggested changes, and I think there are some changes still to some of the staff. So that will be updated and people get the appropriate training as needed. First half of the plan, we really don't discuss all the details out in public with, so.
Definitely, I need to know plan.
Any questions for Bruce? All right. Do I hear a motion to approve the emergency operations plan?
I'll make a motion.
Tyler, second.
I'll second.
Philip, vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yep.
Jan?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes. 6J, middle school padlocks. Mr. Sussman.
Yes, so in the main building of the middle school, the lockers for our 7th and 8th grade students don't have built-in locks like they do at the McGuffey 6th grade center. Every year, some of those locks get broken and or lost. We feel strongly that our students are ready for the responsibility of lock ownership. So what we're asking is that we surplus the current body of locks that we have and sell them as a fundraiser to our students and give them the opportunity for lock ownership.
Any questions?
And from now on, they buy their own.
Correct.
I thought they did already.
Do I hear a motion to approve surplus current supply of student locker padlocks and sell as fundraiser at the middle school? Jan, second.
I'll second.
Gloria, vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Tyler?
Philip.
Philip? Philip? Jan?
Yes.
Jan?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
I think it was a couple.
That's how
That's
important you are. You get 2 votes.
Okay, and that's 6K, Mr. Sarson, copiers for Lincoln County.
Yeah, so currently we have 4 machines for our teachers to use that are starting on year 9 of a 5-year lease. One of them is over 2 million copies. Other 2 are about 1.5 million copies, well beyond their life expectancy. So we are looking to purchase 3 brand new machines. And actually, the purchase of the 3 new machines and repayment to the board will actually be a savings to our instructional money at the middle school because of the lease agreement will actually be less expensive for us to have these 3 brand new machines. Just looking to purchase 3 new machines, board paying for them, us repaying for them.
Any questions?
I have a question. So this is the second time somebody's bought a copier, because I think Mr. Wheeler did one not too long ago. If it really is financially advantageous for us to do it this way, why are we not doing it this way with all of them?
I think we do.
We do. We do when we do
They
it.
just don't all need copiers at the same time.
Well, no.
So
let me rephrase it. Maybe I phrased it incorrectly. He said he had a lease agreement, but now he's going to buy it, so it's not going to be a lease.
It's
agreement.
not a lease for the machine, it's a lease for the services, like for them to come fix it, or for toner, for repairs, that's the lease agreement.
So then they're not going to be responsible for coming out there. I'm just trying to
No,
understand.
there will still be that in place.
It'll just be a lot cheaper.
Yes. Our interest rates way cheaper than what the copier places are.
So we own all the machines.
Okay.
The lease agreements are it's just a monthly, well, it could be monthly or quarterly or annually. You pay for a certain amount of copies per year, and if there's an overage rate, if you go over that amount, or if they provide service, or they provide toner, that's what's included in that lease agreement.
And I may not need to say this, but my understanding in talking to DOE is that maybe 8 years and prior lease agreements were the way things were done with DOE. But since then, purchasing outright has been much more cost saving. So we may be the last ones on a lease agreement
That's
with
fair. Well,
DOE.
you're 50% of the ones that I've heard.
We may be the last ones kind of phasing that out, and going straight to ownership, which is
It's gonna be rare that a school's gonna have access to the amount of purchase multiple or any copy machines in any given year, so. Instead of paying interest and paying that to DOE, then we buy it and then they just,
With no interest.
exactly.
Good.
Yep.
That makes it all clear.
Any other questions? Do I hear a motion to approve the purchase of 3 copiers for Lincoln County Middle School using district funds to be repaid with middle school funds?
I make the motion.
Gloria?
Philip, don't you look at me.
Jan, second. Vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jan?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Thank you.
6L old student furniture at Lincoln County High School.
I drew the short straw on this one. So as y'all remember, you approved for the high school to get new furniture as the renovation starts winding up. That's gonna come in some different phases, so we're just asking for approval to phase that older furniture out as time, in a timely fashion. Some of it we're probably gonna have to use the school start, so it's gonna kind of be a jigsaw puzzle, so. Mr. Wilby, after tonight, this is yours.
Day two, Frank.
So, yeah, we'll just surplus, old signs, tables, and desks, stuff like that.
Please get rid of it.
Yeah.
Please don't store
There was
it.
no.
No, that's why I'm coming to you all. That's what,
How much of
that's my
this?
discussion with the former president or, principal, and we're gonna get rid of it.
Brad, some of it, that furniture that was got when the school was built.
Yeah, absolutely. Some new signs, tables, yeah.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
so that's how good it is. 50 years.
Line of bubble gum underneath.
So, Brad, can I say one thing?
You sure can.
Just so everyone knows, the new furniture is not here, so we will be using some of that furniture at the start of school, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to phase that out as the new furniture comes in.
It sounds like it's gonna be good when they get it, but we're gonna definitely need this a little bit longer. So we were hoping originally when we mapped this out that we could ask y'all to do this tonight and then get rid of it and be here, but we're going to hold it a little bit, so.
Everything's gonna be great when it's all done.
We want you to take us on a tour.
Miss Chloe, you're ready?
We gotta get this one.
Yeah.
Do I hear a motion, to approve the surplus of old student desk chairs and science tables at Lincoln County High School?
To make a motion.
Philip, second.
I'll second.
Tyler, vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jan?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes. 6M MOA with EKU, Chloe.
The high school is asking the board to approve a memorandum of agreement with Eastern Kentucky University so we can offer their dual credit classes to our students.
Any questions? Do I hear a motion to approve the memorandum of agreement with Eastern Kentucky University for dual credit classes?
Make a motion.
Philip, second.
I'll second.
Gloria? Vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jan?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes. 6N, Chloe, MOA with Campbellsville.
So same thing, but we're just asking you all to approve another one with University, or Campbellsville University.
Any questions? Do I hear a motion to approve the memorandum of agreement with Campbellsville University for dual credit classes? Jan, second. Tyler, second. Vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jan?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, and we've tabled 6O, the student handbook until August. 6B, 2025-2026 coaches handbook. And Brad Peasley's not here, is that you, Brad?
Many hats.
I bet they could do it.
Yeah, she could, this one. It's pretty standard. This, the handbook has been reviewed and, bring to you all for approval this year. No drastic changes or anything, just standard approval.
Any questions? Do I hear a motion to approve the 2025-2026 coaches handbook?
I'll make a motion.
Philip, second. Jan, second. Vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jan?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, 6Q, contracts for special education. Ms. Julie.
I'm requesting to approve contracts for hands-on therapy, who will provide as a physical therapist, and for MCD O&M, which is orientation and mobility for students who have visual impairments, and Read Braille Incorporated, who is a vision impaired teacher that works with our students.
Any questions? Do I hear a motion to approve contracts with hands-on therapy, PSC, MCD, O&M, and Read Braille Incorporated to provide specialized services to special education students?
I'll make a motion.
Tyler, second. Jan, vote. Gloria?
Yes.
Philip?
Yes.
Jan?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
And I vote yes. 6R, special education consultant contract. Julie?
This is the contract we had for a period of time this past school year with Debbie Mulaney for the moderate severe disabilities classroom. We have some new teachers again this year that are going to be teaching in the MSD classroom, and we were just starting to get a little bit in with, last school year, so I'd like to contract with her again, for up to 45 days at a daily wage of $281.76.
Of course, IDA. Any questions? Do I hear a motion to approve the independent service contract for up to 45 days at a daily wage of $281.76? Tyler, motion.
I'll second.
Gloria, second. Vote, Gloria.
Yes.
Philip.
Yes.
Jan.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Thank you, Julie. 6S, partnership with Frisbee AmeriCorps. Mr. Lippert.
Yeah, so we've done this the last few years, kind of like Tim said, it's a good option for us. We have 2 employees that we go into the contract with for that. AmeriCorps pays the other half. It costs us about, it's gonna go up a little bit. It costs us about $13,000 this year. Well, no, 13 last year. It's gonna cost us about 16 this year. I think went up to 8,000 apiece, but still a really good investment, and we use our ESS funds for that, for our.
Any questions? Do I hear a motion to approve the partnership between Houstonville Elementary and the Frisbee AmeriCorps for the 2025-2026 school year? Jan, second. Philip. Vote, Gloria.
Yes.
Philip.
Yes.
Jan.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Thanks, Dave.
Thank
6T, supplemental form for change order number 1.
Yeah, I'm on a roll. So this supplemental form accompanies the change order you all approved last week, change order number 1. Once those are approved, we have to update the fact pack, and anything we do in the fact pack, which is KDE's construction system, it requires board approval. So it's just a formality.
Any questions? Do I hear a motion to approve the fact pack contract change order supplemental information form?
I'll make a motion.
Gloria.
Second.
Philip, second. Vote, Gloria.
Yes.
Philip.
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
And I vote yes. 6U, pay application number 1 with Codevine Enterprises Incorporated.
Codevine is the company that is doing the bleacher removal, and they will also be providing the new bleachers. This is just their first pay app, which is paid separate from the contract we have with Branscombe for the project. If y'all remember, we approved that months ago. So they're a direct vendor with us, and I can sign off. This has been done. It's all out. It looks great. If you get it, I heard you mention, and I'll throw it again. If anybody wants to stop by, shoot me a text. Just make sure you come with me, because it's at a point where
Right.
it's getting pretty hairy in there. So, but it is ready for payment. That's all we need on this.
Do I hear a motion to approve pay application number 1 for $34,799.40 to Codevine Enterprises Incorporated, the Lincoln County High School bleacher installation?
Make a motion.
Philip, Jen, second. Vote, Gloria.
Yes.
Philip,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
And I vote yes. 6B, bid package 2 for Lincoln County High School renovation.
We'll tag team this if
Okay,
you want.
that's fine.
You can speak if they have any questions I can help with.
Yeah, we're asking for approval of construction documents for the second bid package of the Lincoln County High School renovation and sports fields. This one actually has the sports fields, has replacement of the front stairs at the front of the building and that plaza sort of area right there in front. Also includes, you guys have seen plans sent to you, but also includes some restrooms down at the baseball field and replacement of the infield for the baseball and softball fields with turf, which also improves the site drainage. Gets a lot of that, trying to get some of that water out of there. It's been a problem for you guys. As an alternate, we're doing a pre-engineered metal building addition of a field house addition that gives more weight room space and a little bit of indoor training exercise space for the football field house. Anything else?
The one part we're not including that we'd hope to is the press box. I don't know if it's tariffs or what, but what we've been told would be the price for the last year is not anywhere near what we received yesterday afternoon. We were thinking somewhere in the $250,000 range from what we've seen at other schools. And the number we got for an identical setup to what similar or schools and areas have used was over 400,000. So at this time, after talking to Bruce and Lynn, I don't feel comfortable recommending that to you all right now. It's just, these others are more priorities, I think, for the kids. That's something we definitely need to address, and then we'll just have to get creative and try to think of another way, I think, for right now. That's my recommendation on that. You got anything to add?
I hate that because it really needs to be.
Definitely.
It's a nice thought.
Right.
But I don't feel comfortable asking you all to move forward with that, you know, and he's worked with or the group that's done several other schools, what we were looking for, and it's.
I think part of the additional cost that we weren't looking at originally was that there's a lot of foundation work to be done over there. We were kind of assuming it was going to be a press box replacement right back on the same system that you have, but the age of that set of grandstands, there's no information, there's no engineering information available for that, for someone to come in and safely put their product on top of that. So there had to be modifications, there had to be digging out of the old foundation, building in new concrete foundations so that that can be properly designed for current codes. So that adds a lot to that cost that was kind of not, you know, wasn't our initial quote was for just the box. So it's going to be a little more than,
and that's not even counting demo.
Yeah, that's not counting the demo. So with the money you're working with right now, we feel like even if we did it as an alternate, we're not really expecting we're going to be able to get it with the funding you're doing right now. And Brad felt like this was end of the list, and we just really don't feel like it's going to happen dollar wise, but at least we do have numbers now that we can work with later if you want to make that a project.
And this is just one specific system. I mean, it's not saying we can't go back to the drawing board and try to come up with some other ideas, and if we do, we'll bring that to you all. But right now, I feel more comfortable presenting the other items. And I'm so excited, I'd rather not dwell on the one thing we may not get, and be excited about these several other great improvements that we're trending toward.
Any questions? Do I hear a motion to approve the construction documents bid package number 2 for the Lincoln County High School sports field renovations?
I'll make a motion.
Tyler,
Second.
Philip second, vote Gloria,
Yes.
Philip,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
and I vote yes. 6W change order number 2 and change order number 3.
Jason, I'll let you explain this because
This was kind of a timing issue. The flooring installer for the current project going on at the high school, the vendor that he was going to get the VCT floor tile from, and they've had this issue with this vendor on a couple other projects already. So it was kind of a known issue. They said they couldn't get us the material in time to meet our schedule to get us back in school when we need to be. So they were okay with letting them out of their purchase order, and he has a new company where he can get that material a lot faster. So the reason there's 2 change orders is just because you had a purchase order set up with one company. We have to do a change order to pull that money out of that change order and then go over and put it into the contract with the general contractor. There's no cost difference. There's no changes for you guys. It's still the same material. Everything is still the same. It's just basically we're moving the money from one pot to another so that the work can get done.
So where it says adding $26,000, that's just taking it away over here and
We
adding it over
deducted
here.
it from one thing and we're
Deducted.
adding it to something else. It's all paperwork just to make sure that we don't blow our schedule because
we had it set up as a direct purchase order for tax savings.
Yeah.
So what has happened is Branscome's and their sub has agreed, I think, to pay the taxes to put a rush on it. So we're just taking our original intent of purchasing it directly, putting that back in the pot, and then they're going to get it done with that money. So it's just switching money.
Any other questions? Do you hear a motion to approve change order number 2, deducting $26,000 from the direct purchase order to Ohio Valley Flooring, and change order number 3, adding $26,000 to the contract with Branscome Construction?
I'll make a motion.
Philip second, Jan, vote, Gloria,
Yes.
Philip,
Yes.
Jan,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
and I vote yes. 6X mowers for surplus, Fred.
We've got a couple other ones listed here, that we're asking to surplus. They're not in service and, we'll try to sell them like we didn't have in the past. If we have any luck, hopefully we are gonna need to purchase, new one for the maintenance department here at some point. Like, even though we have a mowing contractors, there's still some jobs we have to do on our own, taking care of sports fields and things like that, cross-country track. So that is on my, short-term plan here, but first we need to get rid of some things, so we're just asking to surplus these two.
So they're not in service, but are they operable?
You know, Tyler, I think, last I knew the John Deere was, but I'm not 100% certain to answer you. When we list them, we'll put, you know, yes, we'll put all that with it.
And you're gonna put them on social media?
Yeah, we will.
Thank
Any questions? Do your motion to declare the John Deere zero-turn mower and the Woods finishing mower as surplus.
you. I'll make a motion.
Tyler, second, Jen, vote, Gloria,
Yes.
Philip,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
and I vote yes. 6Y surplus old phones.
Same deal here. As you all know, all the schools are getting a new phone system through Zoom this school year. And as part of that, we're having to phase out the old ones. Some schools already had voice over internet type phones, which is similar setup to Zoom. Some still had an older phone. So talking with the technology people, the phones that still have some value, we're going to try to sell. The others we'll probably just have to trash at this point. Also, they're pretty old and outdated, but we just need to surplus the ones we're removing from the schools.
Any questions?
Need to see if our drama team wants one of them. They might use them in a play sometime. Problem play.
Do I hear a motion to declare phones from the previous system as surplus to be disposed of or sold? Jan, motion, second. Philip, vote, Gloria,
Yes.
Philip, Jan,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
and I vote yes. 6Z, traceable communication for dual credit.
Yes, so we've been contacted, and I anticipate this is probably gonna happen with some other universities that we've just made agreements with to add the listed platforms to our traceable communication list. And that's because that's the colleges using those platforms. You know, that's the things nobody's thought about. Just one, you know, there's gonna be more. I just warn you all, we may be up here every meeting trying to figure out. I mean, we are trying to do due diligence when we get a request, even on this, and I question it, actually even conferred with Grant, because I don't want to just add, you know, you can get to where you got a list that's a million miles long, but this does seem to be something you've seen with other districts, correct, Grant? So I feel like we probably should add it just so they can have that avenue of communication available.
Do I hear a motion to approve the following traceable communication systems for dual credit classes, Blackboard, Outlook, and Starfish? Jan, second.
I'll say.
Philip, second. Vote, Gloria.
Yes.
Philip,
Yes.
Jan,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
And I vote yes.
And I should have noted this when I said all these are traceable approved. Sorry about that.
All right, 6AA MOU with KDE. Mr. Willoughby.
You guy on the stand.
So as you know, we added a new health science pathway at the high school. It's a high school program. That classroom will be located in the ATC building. So this is just the MOU to allow the ATC principal, Mr. Todd, to supervise that person so that they are also a part of the other health science pathway that we currently have there. The program itself still will remain as a Lincoln County High School program. All that part will remain the same. It's just giving him supervision rights over that personnel.
And the reason for that, when Chase and I was talking about that, I said it would streamline things for the teacher. Our instructors would feel as a cohesive team. They wouldn't have to be running to the high school for meetings and then me catching them up. So, you know, you still got 100% of the seats. So basically, it adds a little work to my plate, but I think it'll be best for all involved. I just, do all the observations and things, and, you all have the financial obligation, so, but we're looking forward to it. Got the rooms good shape, and get some equipment, looking forward to working with Mr. Wilbur. So, any other questions?
Nobody has questions, I have one.
Sure.
Are you gonna be willing to be the guinea pig and do all those?
We bought some phlebotomy arms, so I'm hoping.
Are you asking him?
No, you're gonna be principal.
Me and Miss Hart's been doing that for a long time.
Oh, okay, well, Matt, you need to do it.
But we'll call you also.
I'll be glad to. I'll be glad to.
Thank you all.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding with the Kentucky Department of Education for a health science position? Jen, second.
Yes.
Gloria, vote. Gloria,
Yes.
Philip,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Do I hear a motion to move to closed session pursuant to KRS 61.8101C for a discussion of proposed or pending litigation and KRS 61.8101B deliberations on the future acquisition or sale of real property? Jen,
Second?
Philip, vote. Gloria,
Yes.
Philip,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Here,
I know
now
we
back in
should.
open session. Grant, if you will read that for us, the motion.
Yes, you need a motion to authorize legal counsel to negotiate the resolution of threatened litigation consistent with closed session discussion.
I make a motion.
Jen, second, vote.
Yes.
Gloria, Philip,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I do.
Jen, Gloria.
I make the
vote.
motion to adjourn.
Gloria, vote.
Yes.
Philip,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Let's go
I
home.
vote yes.
Jen first, and Gloria second.
Jen first, thank you.
Still getting ahead of.
They're just excited.